What's up, YeshGamers? Robert the Bruce here, and today, it's all about staying mobile. I'm talking about Battlefield 4 throughout this video, but honestly, these same principles apply to almost every FPS I've ever played, including GoldenEye. Now, spoiler alert, it all boils down to being unpredictable. When you sit in one spot, it's easy to know where you are. Sounds silly to even say, because it's like, well, yeah, of course it's obvious to bad guys that you've killed if they come back and you're in the same spot just chilling. But anyone who has played any first-person shooter ever knows one simple truth. People be camping. Now, there are some players who have their tent and their sleeping bag, and it doesn't matter what anybody says. They're going to camp, and that's just how it is. This video is not for those guys. This video is more of a reminder to the rest of us not to get too comfortable with our position after we've taken out a bad guy. Because here's the truth. When you have any sort of interaction with an enemy in the game, valuable information is given away about your position that other enemy players can use against you. Now think about it. You kill a bad guy, and because you fired your weapon, you've now shown up on the minimap. That's obvious. But what about hardcore? There's no minimap to worry about. Well, they heard the sound of the weapon, and good headphones can be acquired inexpensively these days. It's easy to forget how important sound is. Even the muffled sound of a suppressed weapon can give away your position to an enemy who's nearby on the other side of a wall or something like that. Well, what about if you knife someone, or you're suppressed and there's no enemies close enough to hear that? Well, your position is still potentially compromised for this reason. An alert player will be paying attention to the deaths of his teammates. So even if you pulled out all this ninja magic and silently took out a bad guy, you still have to be aware that you could be in danger now, because that enemy's death is a big flashing sign to his teammates that danger is in the area. I use this kind of info all the time while I'm playing. I mostly play hardcore, so it's super valuable to know when teammates die around me. Plus, I can quickly glance at the kill feed and see how they died. So, a teammate dies a couple rooms away from me in a building. The kill feed shows that he was taken down by a knife. See how powerful that information is. When you treat the game like a chess tournament, except, not as nerdy, you realize that knowledge is power. So back at the issue at hand in this video. Didn't think I'd ever get back to the strategy of always moving, did you? Come on. Gotta have a little more faith in me than that. But it boils down to this. After almost every enemy engagement, I try to relocate in some way, even if it's just to a different side of the same room. Moving around will keep the enemy guessing about where you are, and that gives you the upper hand. Only in very specific scenarios will I stay in the exact same spot, and I've usually got to have a really good reason to do so. Like my health is low and I'm right next to a med kit, something like that. So, when you're capturing a point and you kill an enemy that wanders in, if you assess that it's probably safe to relocate in the same room, do it. If you're attacking an objective and you exchange fire with an enemy but then duck back behind a wall, consider flanking from a different route if you can. Think about what the enemy expects you to do, and then do something else. It's that simple. You'll find you're suddenly having some really nice kill streaks and making some bad guys very frustrated. Now, grenades and especially smoke can also help add to the confusion while you outwit the enemy. They don't do you any good when you die, so toss them if you got them. Thanks so much for watching. Hit me up with your thoughts below. As always, I'll see you on the battlefield.
Objective